Celebrate the final year of production for the current generation Dodge Viper. Dodge built a limited production run of just 50 2010 Viper SRT-10 Final Edition models, 18 of which will be roadsters. The venerable 8.4-liter V10 engine remains the heart of the 2010 Dodge Viper SRT-10. With 600 horsepower and 560 pounds per foot of torque, benchmark performance numbers, including 0 to 60 miles per hour less than 4 seconds and a top speed of 202 miles per hour, continue to prove how the serious, race-inspired, street-legal two-seater performs without apology. Each Final Edition Viper exterior features a graphite clear coat body with a painted black center stripe traced in red. The black interior features custom red accent stitching, red painted halo surrounds on the gauge cluster, and bright stainless steel screws in the center stack bezel. A numbered dash plaque, 1 to 50, is located on the shifter bezel just above the unique Viper Final Edition floor mats.
Left headed behind the hotel.
Hudson Tech, cutting-edge aftermarket automotive technology. Introducing the Shredder, the second-generation trunk-mounted and vehicle-deployed tire deflation device. 50% wider, 30% longer, no moving parts. Deployed in less than 5 seconds.
The Super Snake is a package offered by Shelby to enhance the power and looks of the Ford Shelby GT500. Everything a balls-to-the-wall muscle car needs. With an increase of 16 horsepower of boost on the Whipple supercharger, the peak power of the 5.4-liter V8 has been increased from 550 bhp at 6,500 RPM to 750 bhp at 6,200 RPM. If the driver is able to harness all this extra power, they will complete the standing quarter mile in 12 seconds flat, with a speed of 120 miles per hour at the line. The hood is now one giant air scoop designed to push as much air into the supercharger as possible. A prominent carbon fiber splitter can also be seen, which will certainly help push the front tires into the road when trying to corner while accelerating.
The cops are onto us at every level, but there is one area where they can't match us. Speed. Your cars are being fitted with the latest speed enhancement, the turbo system. Activate the turbo, and within seconds, the system will engage and give your car a rocket-powered kick of acceleration and speed. The system is very volatile, so you can only attempt a limited number of launches during the race. Good luck.
The original Gallardo is the most successful Lamborghini of all time, with 7,100 being sold. The new Gallardo LP564 has a more powerful engine and is 20 kilograms lighter, resulting in an increased performance without an increase in emissions. Traction has also been increased over its predecessor, thanks to improvements to the four-wheel drive transmission, suspension, and aerodynamics. A smooth underbody and rear diffuser helps to suck the car onto the road at higher speeds. The new Lamborghini Gallardo LP564 is a master at taking corners fast. An optimized weight distribution of 57% to the rear was achieved by placing the engine lengthways, hence the LP, longitudinal posteriore, in the model description.
Central
The chances of owning the new Reventón Roadster? 1 in 700 million. Costing a cool $250,000 more than the Reventón, this car is also limited to only 20 examples. With 40 years of building open-top cars, Roadsters are a way for Lamborghini to add that extra emotional component to their technological expertise. Where the engine in the Reventón was a tuned version of the LP640's engine, the Reventón Roadster features an engine almost identical to the one used in the hardcore LP670 4 Super Veloce. Unlike the Reventón, the exclusive paint used has a matte gray finish that is brought to life in sunlight due to the inclusion of metal particles. The wheels are formed of 5 Y-form spokes, which include a carbon crescent-shaped fin that helps cool the brakes even further. Focusing on the essentials, the Turbo S Cabriolet is unmistakably 911. Customers always demand more, especially when it comes to power, performance, and driving dynamics. The Turbo S Cabriolet offers all that and the joy of open-air driving. An impressive 700 Newton-meters of torque is available between 2,100 and 4,500 RPM, which is 50 Newton-meters more than on the Turbo, with the best acceleration figures from a standing start ever for a Porsche, and a top speed nearing 200 miles per hour. Daytime running lights sit just above the low left and right air intakes, which feature titanium-colored slats. While the front air intakes help push the front-driven wheels into the tarmac, the rear wing that deploys at 75 miles per hour does the same for the rears. Although development officially began in 2006, the SL65 AMG Black Series is the culmination of more than 40 years of dedication to performance. One man, one engine. Each AMG 6-liter V12 bi-turbo engine is hand-built by a single engineer before it's lowered into the body. To optimize the power-to-weight ratio, the engine power has been increased to 661 bhp, and the car's weight has been reduced by 250 kilograms. Except for the doors and attached wing mirrors, all bodywork parts have been replaced for the AMG Black Series. A wider stance and an extending carbon fiber rear spoiler, a first for a Mercedes AMG car, improve the poise and grip and create a menacingly aggressive appearance. Completing the DBS lineup, the Volante affords customers the combination of the DBS's already established benchmark sports car characteristics with all the thrills of open-air motoring. Broadening the DBS's character, the DBS Volante appeals to drivers who wish to combine the excitement of driving a finely tuned sports car with the invigorating feeling of being open to the elements. This juxtaposition of ultimate performance and openness stirs the senses on any drive, whether an exhilarating jaunt on favored roads or cruising on lengthy journeys. Volante, meaning moving with light rapidity or flying, perfectly defines the performance potential and dynamic characteristics of the DBS Volante. Aston Martin's 16th convertible in 95 years, the DBS Volante draws on the marque's extensive experience in designing iconic Volantes and is a 2+2 featuring 2 occasional rear seats, ideal for young people or extra luggage. When the roof is closed, it provides a warm, comfortable ambiance, and when open, it neatly disappears behind the sculpted tonneau cover at the touch of a button. In 1963, there were just 5 race prototypes. In 1996, there were 1,000 special editions. Now everyone has a chance to be a part of the Corvette's Grand Sport heritage. Sharing improvements found in the $15,000 more expensive Z06, the Grand Sport is able to get to 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds and sustain cornering loads of 1 gravity. With the 6.2-liter engine pumping out the classic sound of a big American V8, the open road becomes a playground for the senses. Inspired by the race cars of the 1960s and combining the wide body of the Z06, the C6 powertrain, and a racing-bred suspension, the Grand Sport has become an entirely new model. It's hard to say what sets pulses racing the most, the performance or the looks. The new Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG features a distinctively pure design, superior dynamics, and levels of safety and everyday practicality that are the hallmarks of Mercedes-Benz. The conversion to dry sump lubrication allows a significantly lower engine mounting position, with the resulting lower center of gravity enabling high lateral acceleration and scintillating vehicle dynamics. Power is distributed from the AMG 6.3-liter V8 to the rear axle via particularly light carbon driveshaft, similar to those used in DTM C-Class touring race cars. With its unique gull-wing doors, the SLS AMG is a classic of tomorrow, which takes cues from the legends of Mercedes-Benz. A long wheelbase and bonnet combined with a wide track and large wheels creates proportions that are unmistakably supersports.
Highest available.
The Grand Sport delivers without compromise the pinnacle of luxury and driving performance. The world's fastest convertible car defies conventional categories and defines its own. With a twin-clutch gearbox and 7 gears, the 8-liter quad turbocharged W16 delivers an unrelenting 1,250 Newton-meters of torque, all the way up to its record-breaking top speed of over 400 kilometers per hour. When braking from top speed, the rear spoiler becomes an air brake, helping to stop the car in just 10 seconds. An elegantly swept-back windscreen and rear window with corresponding shape and size guarantee ideal visibility as well as turbulence-free airflow. Only available from 7 specific Nissan dealers throughout Japan, the Spec V is aimed squarely at the enthusiast driver who is prepared to pay for race car-like performance on the road. Exceptional supercar rivaling performance is achieved from a twin turbocharged 3.8-liter V6 and race-spec suspension, brakes, and wheels. A novel boost control system provides extra torque that should help the driver to exit corners in a higher gear. Carbon fiber rear spoiler, front grille, brake ducts, and a unique ultimate black opal body color are exclusive to this model. 20-inch alloys and a titanium exhaust complete the no-compromise approach to ultimate performance. Exceptional performance and breathtaking dynamism coupled with the intense sensations of open-top driving. Audi presents the R8 Spider 5.2 FSI Quattro, which was developed in cooperation with Quattro GmbH, dazzles with uncompromising performance. The V10 engine with the aluminum crankcase, much of which is hand-built, follows in the grand motorsports tradition at Audi. The Quattro permanent all-wheel drive features a central viscous coupling and distributes power to all four wheels with a heavy rear bias. The side panels and the large cover over the storage compartment for the cloth top are made of a carbon fiber composite. Two arch cowls which extend to the spoiler lip and include large integrated air vents give the rear of the open-top two-seater a powerful profile.
catch up to him. All units, roadblock unit reports heading on. Backup requested.
To add to the already exhilarating performance and handling characteristics of the Gallardo LP564, Lamborghini are adding a new dimension in their most successful Gallardo range by offering a Spider. Thanks to an optimized four-wheel drive system and a refinement to its suspension and weight, the Spider remains easy to control and stable, even when its razor-sharp steering is being pushed to the limits. The V10 has an unusually wide angle of 90 degrees between cylinders, which contributes to lowering the center of gravity. The rear haunches of the Spider radiator are higher to accommodate the fold-away roof, and 15 LEDs are arranged in a Y pattern at the rear taillights, both of which add to the car's aggressive appearance.